So now we need to walk like all the way back. Oh yeah, double-handed sword that was worthless. Nobody uses a bow anymore. You just have all the same stuff, don't you? Nice. Black hole. Black hole may be worth getting. Well, you seem in good spirits today. It's good to see you're so happy today as a man. I think I already have that. Pretty sure I still have that. Yeah, I know that feeling. I know that feeling all too well. Some days I just don't want to get up and masturbate to gangbang porn. It's just one of those days. No. Don't even. Don't start singing bad music. We're gonna have a talk. Oh, no, I guess I don't have that. Good. Spend all of my hard-earned money now. No, stop singing bad music. Verboten. Okay, so I guess he already has the combat pajamas, apparently. Okay, she already has it. I had a friend that was like super obsessed with that album, and every time we got like near him, he would play it. No, I'm just being ridiculous. We've already discussed which kind I like. But, literally he played like all the songs, and he would like hum the song randomly. So he'd start like humming random parts of like any song that was on that album, and he'd be like, "Oh, it's like the best song that's ever been written." Like, no. It's probably the alcohol. Steadily. No, not at all. It's definitely not that. Which, frankly, I'll never understand, but I really won't understand that any more than I understand gangbang porn. I actually had a long talk with my wife about strange porn. Let's see what I have to fight in the swamp. Come on, this is Twitch. This is part of the like top tier of internet. It's not like three doors down in the God, I hate this map. In the you know, deep web. Oh, it's you again. I hate this map. Why did they have to reuse this map? They were like proud of it. It's not even a rouse, it would just be strange and awkward. Much like gangbang porn. That's like, I always laugh at hentai. I don't think my brain can, For me, it's like, I don't know, it like hits some part in my brain where my brain can't figure it out, so it just starts laughing. Like, and then huge tentacles erupt from like the old balding teacher's pants, and he starts laughing maniacally. And it just goes from there. And my brain just says, like, why does this make any sense? Okay, you guys don't like cold. Maybe I should just wipe the floor with them right now. And how awkward it is, like, if you ever, like, when I look at, like, the gag hentai stuff that's all, like, hilarious, which, like, Nightmare Campus and stuff like that, whenever you're looking for it, like, you know, to send to somebody just to be gross, or you're looking up, like, Futanari just to bother someone, there's always someone, like, or there's always these, like, posts of stuff on them that are like, what the hell? Where it's like, clearly, yeah, it's like clearly child rape in hentai form, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, that's just weird. And it's like, why can't I just search for normal weird creepy stuff? Why does it always have to go to that? There was one I watched recently with... Who did I watch? Oh, I watched it with one of my friends. It might have been with my wife, but... Or it was just like a random clip. I don't remember. But it was a guy who turns into like some sexual dynamo every time he gets allergies. So like literally he like, you know, it's like basically like a Sailor Moon formula, but somehow something makes him sneeze, like a perfume or like pepper or, you know, something weird makes him sneeze. And then suddenly he's like a kick-ass sexual Tyrannosaurus, and every episode ends with like him having sex with some random girl who barely looks of age. Or they do the Tenchi Muyo thing, where it's like, oh, it's perfectly legal because she's actually 500 years old. Like that, we're gonna create like a technical loophole to make this okay. But then again, there is the inverse one where it's like, I'm a 2-year-old robot, and you're like, creepy. Like, does not change the fact that it's still creepy. It's like, Persona 3 or whatever, with Agus. I did not like her at all. And they were, like, trying really hard to make her, like, anime girl that you love. And she's like, I may be only 6 months old. And you're like, no. It's like, she's so beautiful. It's like, dude, no. Stop being a creep. Yeah, the robot girl. Which in FES they made like bigger points of that. It was like the original Persona 3 was fine, and then they had the FES edition with like extra content, and all the extra content was like creepy content I did not need. Yeah, I know. That's the whole thing. It's like for making like waifu robot in the game, you can't. Yeah, I know. But in the game, you could tell that they were trying so hard to be like, fall in love with our robot. Like, how about no? How does that sound? How about I don't wanna? Yeah, but making a point of it is when it gets creepy. Like, it's one thing to be like, it's a robot, it doesn't matter. Like, she has the brain of like a 20-year-old. That's fine to say. But like, or even like an 18-year-old. But then saying like, well, she's only 6 months old is like creepy to like make a point of that. It's like, Actually, I'll move you forward. Yeah. She's like the least interesting character in the game. I don't see why they made such like an important character out of her in FES. I don't know. It's not like she added anything to the plot or anything. She was just kind of like bare. Let's move you here. Let's get some magic absorb action going. I truthfully thought the magic dog added, what, Koroku? I don't know, the magic dog added more personality and character than she did, than Igus did. Koromaru. That's what it was. I understand that a dog is not a hot robot, but still. You might move him first. See what spells he has. Let's try getting over to him. Because they might try to go after... Damn it! Moved him first. Oh well. But can't Koromaru be both? Can't he be a hot dog robot? Not like the food, but like, you know, give him boobs. Make him over hypersexualized to the point where it's almost comedic. And he always wears a bikini for some unknown reason. A dog bikini, if you will. Yeah, I don't get the furry thing. I don't get that at all. There was it. There's a book out now. Oh, that's not good. It's like, oh my god, what was it? Let's see. I think it's on Worst Things for Sale. Let me check something real quick. Yeah, this. This is a thing. After you read it, you're going to question everything. Life will never be quite the same when you realize that somebody legitimately wrote that book. Probably. It's probably like my father voraciously raped me while I was staring into Mickey Mouse's eyes. I was holding like my plushy Mickey Mouse super tight while my dad raped me, and now whenever I think of sex, all I think of is Mickey Mouse's cold, dead eyes staring at me. Yeah, that is quite a title. The worst part is that those books sell. Like, I get the, like, I was forced gay by a dinosaur or by Bigfoot or something. Like, I get it. I get people wanting these, like, forced gay fantasy things. Yeah, maybe that's what the real problem is. But, or it's like, like, all these forced gay novels are always, like, really ridiculous. You know, like, like, forced gay by Bigfoot, like, that fills two insatiable needs for being crazy. It's like, I love dinosaurs, and I love being gay, but I don't want to admit that I'm gay, so I'd rather say I was force-banged by a dinosaur to be gay, to make it okay. Better not paralyze anybody. Okay, so one person is paralyzed. Not a big deal, because now you're dead. Not at all. They do have one that's great. Well, I get it's easier for someone who's like super gay in a conservative area to be like, I was forced. Even though that link really ruins the title of the book. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, good, he survived. I know. I had a friend, well, I won't say I had a friend. I have a friend on Facebook who's super offended by that because he's one of those, like, I love the Confederate flag. I'm like, okay, sure. The flag of losers. It's like, I want my flag to represent the fact that my side lost. Because it's not like, I get people who obsess about, like, the power behind, like, the idea of the Nazi flag. I totally get that. Like, but the difference is that for the Confederates, they straight up surrendered. Like, they surrendered. They said, I've had enough, and gave up and signed a treaty. Yeah, the South will never rise again. That will never happen. They'd be put down faster than a rabid dog in a kennel. Now let's just move you over here. Do a healer on yourself. But, like, you know, Nazi Germany basically got, like, crushed, so I get it that, you know, in that side, it's like, you lost wholeheartedly. But it's like, the South could have still fought, but they just straight up surrendered. They were like, yep, had enough, bye. I don't really care for flags either way. I think they're kind of silly in this day and age, because it's like a leftover from when, like, you know, you'd have ships that had flags. So it's like a relic to the past. I know, but they're not used for, like, the same function as they were. Like, I guess it's the... Like, you couldn't have, like, a US naval cruiser, like, put up a Chinese flag and have them fooled. Like, all of our ships don't look like rickety wooden ships. Like... I don't know, like, their name. You could just say, you know, America, Russia, China. You could just, like, say the name instead of, like, having a silly flag. Like, I get it's supposed to be a representative symbol, but it's like, I don't know, at this point it's just ridiculous. But I also think the idea of, like, borders and countries is really bizarre. Yeah. Yeah, except a lot of flags look exactly identical. Well, not exactly identical, but look identical enough that you're like, yeah, sure. Because it's just weird. Like, we're civilized enough to understand a few things. Like, most of us have pretty concurrent, like, laws that are pretty much the same anywhere you go. Like, at this point, it just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make much sense to me. Like, I know that they're trying to create, like, intentional political and economic barriers, but, like, at the same time, it's, I mean, just weird. We should be, like, moving on from that. I mean the majority, like, don't kill people. Don't steal. It's like the people who went to, why? Most laws are pretty much the same everywhere in the world. The majority of, like, moral, amoral laws are pretty much the same. Except for, like, places in, like, Africa or a few places in the Middle East where they have, like, justify murder. Oh yeah, I mean, there's lots of little, like, here and there nip laws, like, all over the place, but the bulk of them are going to be pretty much the same. Like, the ones that actually count as crimes, like, don't murder, don't steal. Basically the Ten Commandments argument. I know, it's like the little dumb laws. Let's go over here. Let's see, from here can I reach it? Oh, I could probably reach him from right where he's standing to start. Almost. Oh yeah, some things are punished more harshly in other countries, that's for sure. But I'm not talking about the punishment. I mean, a basic set of laws. Like, I always thought that the UN's idea of creating, like, basic human rights for everywhere was quite possibly the best idea that had ever happened. It's unfortunate that not everybody lives by those rules. God, I really love being able to steal magic points. So he still has a lot of EP. You could drain him again, and then you would have pretty much nothing. It already is. I mean, let's be serious. Yeah. But I also think, in general, concessions need to be made for, well, yeah, it's what country considers a fair trial. Like the, what, two witness laws, and then like what evidence is acceptable and which is not, which is a common problem in a lot of, especially third world countries. I mean, granted, those are important things to know, but, I mean, in general, we should have a consensus on what would constitute a fair jurisdiction of a trial. Because what is it, like, Cambodia has, like, 2 witnesses, and the witnesses don't have to be, like, vetted or anything. You could just pick any 2 random people and pay them, like, you know, $100, and they'll be like, oh yeah, totally his problem. Alright, what are you weak against? You are weak against wind. Good, that also hit him. You mean with, like, precedences and things like that, which I don't agree with. I don't agree with set precedences. Set precedences, unfortunately, are like the bane of America. Because it's like, ever since that lady spilled coffee on her lap, like, anyone can sue for anything. I mean, America still has a problem where kids eat Tide Pods, which are like little gelatin packets with like clothes washing detergent in them. Kids just can't stop eating them. It's just like, it's bad when you have to put a warning like that on detergents because kids can't stop eating because they think it looks like candy. What's wrong with people? I just wish they had, like, an actually, like, effective lie detector test, or, like, some way you could go back and look. What the hell? Yeah, well, I mean, it wouldn't make much sense, because someone would set a precedence for, like, everything they could. Well, yeah, you shouldn't be biased when you come into the trial based on some other jackass that did the same thing. I mean, that's a given. I don't like case law or the idea of it. Yeah, that's set precedences. We have a lot of that in America. Oh, come on now. I lost one. Actually, how about Hammett? You have it. 73, 24. No, you can still create them in lower state courts. But from state to state, it will be different. Like, you can, if you're... Like, you can create a precedence for a case in a state, like how a state treats a law, pretty quickly. The Supreme Court makes larger blanket ones, like what's considered a justifiable homicide, or things like that.